The Schooling Society by Ivan Illich. The Schooling Society was one of the most controversial and influential books in the 20th century. It is a book written by Ivan Illich, a well-known political and social thinker of his time. It was originally published in 1970. In this book, Illich profoundly articulated his ideas and critiques about the institutionalization of schooling in the modern societies, which brought him to public attention. His arguments about the institutionalization of schools were rooted on Gramsci's concept of hegemony, the idea of the legitimation of norms and ideas by the dominating individual or groups in the society, particularly the capitalists. According to Gramsci, these people who are in control of the economy are also the ones who are in control not only of the political society but also the civil society, including the churches and schools, which in return creates false consciousness to the people. In this book, Illich gave reasons why we must establish school in this modern society. Schools have confused process and substance. It confused teaching with learning, grade advancement with education, diploma with competence, and fluency to say something new. Schooling have created a notion to the students that the more complicated the processes are, the better education. Schools also have created the notion that most learning is a result of teaching, and the school is the only institution where learning can take place. Illich argued in this idea, pointing out that learning is not always a result of teaching, and learning happens in a variety of forms. He mentioned that most people acquire their learning outside the four corners of the classroom, through the unrestricted engagement and participation in a meaningful setting and not as a result of programmed instruction. In the modern school systems, schools have become a compulsory channel for learning. Classrooms serve as a magic room in which students are kept until they are born into adult life. These classrooms, which are repressive, alienate students from their real world. Schools also worsen the problems they were designed to address, which lead to a modernized poverty. In the new concept of poverty, poor are those people who have fallen behind an advertised ideal consumption. In the context of education, obligatory schooling becomes an ideal consumption, and those who can afford to go to schools are the rich, while those who can't afford to finish schooling are the poor. Schooling polarizes society and puts a demarcation line between rich and poor. Schools also, as viewed by Illich, to have an anti-educational effect, in the sense that the idea of education was taken by most people to be a very impossible to achieve, expensive, and complicated process, while the idea of equal opportunity for education is almost not feasible. Instead of equalizing chances, schools monopolize promotion and qualifications. According to Illich, the curriculum takes the form of a ritual, or a sequential sacred ordinations, or it could consist of a succession of feats in a war or hunting, or further advancement could be made to depend on a series of princely favors. Those people who have gone through the ritual of the program curriculum are the ones who have the chance to be promoted and qualified to a certain rank. Schools also became the fastest growing labor market. University graduates are schooled to become partakers of the capitalist world and to give service to the rich world. Schools assure that students will fit to the needs of the labor market. Universities treat students as consumers or customers who avail a packaged education and awards credentials after successfully consuming the package. These packages are continuously being repackaged based on the findings of the so-called researchers as part of the elite's marketing strategy. The original goal of education, that is to promote social transformation and liberation, was defeated because the notion that education has become the religion of the modern laborers that will save them from poverty was created in the minds of the people. Lastly, schools are designed to prepare the students for life. However, what schools teach to the students is the need to be taught, in which once this lesson is learned, students lose their independence and creativity in life, and instead just depend on the things that school taught them. Also, Illich emphasized that he just used school as a paradigm, as his main example of the process of what he calls being schooled at. But he also sees the problem in different areas such as family life, politics, security, faith, and communication. Illich emphasized that not only education needs to be the school, but the society as a whole.